can't see, so you don't have to tell me. Oh, you can't see either?
What am I looking for?
The little numbers in the red that say record at the bottom.
I see some red.
Okay. Maybe somebody can see. My hair look okay?
Yeah, you look good.
Okay. Love you.
Love you too, man. I think it's the man's, baby.
Oh, Lord. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Tanya, and this is
Dion.
This is my husband, Dion.
Yeah.
And today's video, we will be sharing our Ancestry DNA results.
As you can see, already ready.
Yeah, it's already in black place. It's Sunday, and on Sunday we do our self-care Sunday, and our skin has been acting a little crazy, so Dion has a mask on for the beginning of this video, so don't mind that. But we wanted to share our results and what we think of them.
Get to it.
Let's get to it. For starters, we'll start with why we wanted to do this, or why I initiated it. So I became interested in our Ancestry DNA once we decided to conceive. I wanted to know where we came from because I started thinking about traditions and all that stuff, and then I thought about how, you know, we kind of had to create our own traditions, which is fine, which families should do, but we don't have any African Americans. We don't really have that.
Nope.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of pieces missing for our community, and I wanted to try to find some type of connection to something, you know? It's so sad to say, but that's what I was thinking. That was my thought process. I wanted to connect to something. I wanted to connect to a piece of my history, to my ancestry, just connect to like my people, if that makes sense. So that's what started it. Also too, you know, growing up, you always hear, you know, oh, we have Cherokee in our family. Or, yeah, we have, you know, some Hispanic heritage in our family, or we have some, I don't know, you know, everybody's always picking from something or whatever. We have this going on, we have that, and I thought it would be interesting to actually find out what was true. Yeah, okay, so I'll start with you.
Okay.
Before we decided to do the testing, what did you think that you would find?
I didn't think I was finding much. I don't have a big family. I may, but you got me. Yeah, keep me pretty. I don't have a big family, so I didn't know as far as tradition. Like my grandparents died when I was real young. You know, talking to my parents or whatever. I know my pop side, it was a lot of nicknames. They only got half of a story or whatever was going on, so you couldn't kind of connect the dots.
Yep.
And I'm from Atlanta, so Georgia, yeah. So we end up finding that the record keeping for the state of Georgia is terrible. You know. Also, we was in the process of starting a family. You know, trying to get that going, and I think I was talking to somebody at work, and they have a legacy. You know, this particular person. Parents went to this particular school and had this particular profession that they grandparents had and passed down, and that's one of the reasons that I was intrigued to do it, because we don't have that, or we didn't have that when we were coming up. You know, our parents didn't go to college. I know, so now our generation or whatever started being like the first to do certain things, so we wanted to just see if we can get as close to the foundation of where we come from, so that when we start our family, we'll be able to begin a legacy. Okay, so but I asked you, what did you think you would find? Oh, yeah. Okay, so you can cut all that other shit out.
No, I'll add that.
All right, so what I thought I would find was absolutely nothing. I didn't think that this would work. I didn't know. I thought it was just how they how they gonna tell me where I'm from and all this other stuff. I was a little hesitant to do it. I didn't know if something was to come back, like what would it be?
Yeah, like are we related?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
That was one of my things too, though, because we took our pictures when we first got married, when we did those pictures and stuff,
Yeah.
and then I started seeing like a lot of like similarities in our features and stuff, and I was like, oh, I know that I have some family down in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is like not far from Atlanta, so I was just like,
Yeah.
what if we're really like long lost cousins?
All right, let's move on from that.
For me, the only thing that I had been told prior to doing this is that my great grandfather on my paternal side or my father's side was Native American and white. And so, or European or whatever. I don't want to offend anybody, but I mean,
it is what it ain't.
Yeah, we're just gonna flow here. But I had heard he was Native American and white, and I of course heard, like I'm sure a lot of black people have heard, yeah, we have Cherokee, Indian, whatever, Native American, whatever, and so
I have. I got Indian in my family.
Oh yeah, everybody either because of the skin color or the hair texture. It was like, yeah, I got Indian in my family. Yeah,
now
that was
Perm in your cabinet.
That's right. But I was just, I was interested to see what would come of that, to see what percentage would show up for me. That was all that I was expecting. So once I actually got the results back, I was shocked. But it has changed. So, were you shocked at your results?
Yes. I was just shocked to see how spread out it was. Yeah.
I was too.
Yeah.
So, when we first did our ancestry testing, our test we did in 2016. So, we'll read you our results from 2016. We did it in March 2016. We'll read you those results. It is now August 2018.
You know where you at?
It's now August 2018, and the results have changed because more people have done the Ancestry DNA testing. So yeah, now things are a little bit more accurate than they were back in 2016. So, you want to do yours first?
Yeah, then I can go wash my face off.
Okay, so first we'll do our results from 2016, and then we'll do our results for 2018.
Alright.
So Dion is going to go first.
Oh, Benin and Togo, 21%. Nigeria, 21%. Africa Southeastern Bantu, 11%. Mali, 10%. Senegal, 10%. Ireland, Scotland, Wales, 9%. Cameroon, Congo, 7%. Scandinavia, 4%. Ivory Coast, Ghana, 2%. Polynesia, 1%. Yeah, so Great Britain, Native American, Asia, Central, and Middle East was less than 1%.
Okay. And for me, in March 2016, my estimates were 29% Nigeria, 23% Benin, Togo, 14% Senegal, 8% Africa Southeastern Bantu, 5% Scandinavia, 4% Ireland, Scotland, and Wales, 4% Great Britain, 3% Cameroon, Congo, 3% Ivory Coast, Ghana, 2% Africa, South Central Hunter-Gatherers, 1% Native American, 1% Iberian Peninsula, 1% Finland, Northwest Russia. Yeah, that one was like, what now? Asia, East, and Mali, less than 1%. So those were our results in 2016, and now they have received more tests from different regions around the world, so it has updated our results, and our results have, I know mine have changed a lot. So yeah, we'll take a break really quick though, because Dion is gonna go and change. Yeah,
watch his face.
Take off his black face, and we'll be back. Dion is fresh face now. Beautiful brown skin.
Brown skin.
Alright, so now that Ancestry has updated their system, I guess, or updated their trace regions, because more people have been testing, things are a little bit more accurate now. Both of our results have changed quite a bit, and so we're going to share those now. And they've also included migration information in their updated program as well. So we're going to read our updated results. Dion's updated report for 2018.
Alright, Benin, Togo, 37%.
This is Diesel.
Hey Diesel. Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu peoples, 33%. Mali, 11%. England and Wales, 10%. Ivory Coast and Ghana, 4%. Ireland and Scotland, 3%. Sweden, 1%. Native American, North, Central, South, 1%. Migrations, South Carolina African Americans, Virginia and Southern States African Americans, North Carolina African Americans. So within this, it says your connection to this region is likely through your ancestry from Benin, Togo, 37%. Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu peoples, 33%. England and Wales, 10%. So from that, I gathered within those southern states of Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, in that area, kind of grouped me with Benin, Togo, Cameroon, Congo, and England and Wales. So
okay, so once you found out your ancestry, right? How did you feel? Did you feel a connection to any of like oh, you know, now I feel better knowing that, you know, I have an idea of where my ancestors came from? Or did you feel like a connection maybe to those regions or anything?
No, there was no connection. I think it was more so on since, you know, we were in elementary school, and even, you know, just hearing, you know, came from Africa, and you know, watching the movies. What's the movie that came on TV?
It's a lot of movies that come on TV.
What, the Slave Kunta Kinte.
Okay, I've never seen that.
Roots.
Okay,
so I'm gonna get this. So I never felt the connection. It was one of those things where going back to the to my childhood, and going over the things that you've been taught of. You know, you came from Africa, and watching you know, Roots on TV, and all of these different things, and knowing that through history my ancestors came from Africa, but really not knowing Southern Africa, Middle Africa, Northern, but really not knowing where in Africa. And when I got the information, it was
get down.
Diesel get down. And when I got the information, it was more so on being in the military. You know, I worked with a plethora of people, and
from all kinds
of backgrounds, walks of life, and those that are African. You know, I start paying attention to them more, just trying to get a understanding, and I start talking to them just to try to see, so how is it back home and all of that. But I was shocked to see that even I was spread out in the continent of Africa. But then when it started getting to like England, and then I seen I had Polynesian, you know, I started to understand that there's a wonder why my hair lays down in this.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He said his hair lays down. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a good one. I have Polynesian in my family.
You got Polynesian.
But it was weird because I think you said something when you seen it. You said, you got Polynesian?
Yeah, I was shocked because I was like, what?
Yeah, so it just put you in the mind the mind state of, wait a minute, you know, nobody's 100% of nothing. You know, everybody's been tampered with. Not unless, you know, not unless, you know, you're actually from, but a majority of the people have been tampered with.
Yeah, everybody's been mating.
Everybody's been getting it in.
Mating.
So that was interesting. That's what I gathered from it, you know.
Okay. So for my updated results of so far in August 2018, Cameroon, Congo, Southern Bantu peoples is 42%. Before, it was 3%.
Mm-hmm.
Benin, Togo is 31%. I think before it was like 23%. Ivory Coast, Ghana is 8%.
Yeah.
Germanic Europe is 8%. Ireland and Scotland is 6%. Senegal is 2%. Nigeria, which was like 29%, is now 1%.
That's crazy.
Native American, North Central, South is 1%, and Mali is 1%, and before it was less than 1%. So for migrations, it has Mid-Atlantic. Don't laugh like that. For migration, it has Mid-Atlantic states, African Americans, and North Carolina, African Americans. And within North Carolina, African Americans, it has Northeastern North Carolina and Southeastern Virginia African Americans, which makes all the sense for me. My connection to this region is likely through my ancestry from Cameroon, Congo, and Southern Bantu peoples, which is 42%, and Benin, Togo, which is 31%. My family on my mom's side is from the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Hampton, Newport News, the Seven Cities, Chesapeake. And then my father's side is from Southern Jersey, from what I know. I don't know much about his side, but also my mom's father, his side is from like Chattanooga, Tennessee area. So I don't know much about them either. I only know information mostly about my mother's side of the family, and that's just here in this Hampton Roads area because that's where we are located right now. He is stationed here. So for me, I was shocked overall, especially when that Russia showed up and the Asia. That was shocking to me too, because I was like, wait a minute. I had seen a few people do these Ancestry DNA videos back in 2016, and there wasn't many of them at the time. It was interesting to see how, you know, shocked people were about certain regions and stuff, but I still just thought Africa. Native American, so I expected to see something from the United States, but to see like this German, European, and Russian, and
it's crazy,
Asia, and all these different regions showing up, and just kind of like, what now? Like what were y'all doing? That is what really tripped me out. But now that we know our updated ancestry, I want to now research. I did start doing a little bit of research before, mostly for Nigeria, just because before I didn't know anything. I started researching Nigeria because that's what before I had the highest percentage for, and so I said, okay, that's the one that I'll do the most research on. I started learning just a little bit of things or whatever, and now I guess that's changing. Yeah. And
it's gonna change some more.
It's gonna change some more.
It's gonna keep changing.
But and we'll keep checking in. And I hope that more and more people decide to do Ancestry DNA and find out more about their ancestry, just so it'll expand even more, so that we can learn more about our history, our culture, where we come from and stuff. So this video is not sponsored, by the way.
Nope.
So if you guys are interested in learning more about your own ancestry and you haven't done the Ancestry DNA testing yet, I hope that we may have inspired you to want to get your test. And if you like to, I'll go ahead and just link the link to Ancestry down in the description box. This is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid for this at all. I just wanted to share our results. Yeah. So that, you know, maybe you guys
find out how screwed up you are too, baby.
I wanted to share our results because I think it's interesting, and I just thought it would be fun to share our results. And
then you can start now traveling.
Yeah, so we can travel to these places and learn more about our people.
Where we come from.
Yeah. I want to travel, and I want to start in Africa.
You want to start in Africa?
I would like to, but I also want to go to Italy too.
Want to go to Italy?
Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can see more of us and our expanding family. And anything else you want to add?
No.
No. With that being said,
yay.
Peace out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
You can't tell me what I want to do.
I can.
You can't tell me nothing what to do.
Dion, stop. I'm trying to get this done so I can cut this off. I gotta edit.
Excuse me.
Okay, that's enough of you.
No.